So I have the heating mat. It was about I think about 12 or 13 bucks from Amazon. I have 2 terracotta saucers that I have from like other plants. I just put them on there. I normally get those at like Hobby Lobby. It's like a stack of them. I think about maybe 6 of them for like $3, and I normally use like a 50% off coupon. I've had this on here since maybe a couple hours. You can see the condensation. Can you see that? A cup of water. There are the plants. The propagation's going. Okay, I just wanted y'all to see it in action to see how it's actually going. All right. Hey y'all, it's Nikki. I'm back with a video. I'm making a rehab box for some Hoyas that I have, and I just want to show y'all real quickly how I'm doing it, how I'm setting it up. So what I put in here first is I sprinkled a little bit of Mosquito Bits because I'm planning on using this one in the house, but I kind of always do that. I put just a sprinkle of just a little bit, not too much because you don't want to get fungus and mold. I have some, it rained really hard last night, so I have a bucket of moss and rainwater. I've also added a little bit of fertilizer to it, which I added some Cal Mac. I added some Cal Mac 200 because the reason why I did that was because I felt like the leaves they were yellowing. This is how they were looking. So I wanted to add some magnesium. And one of the things that you'll notice first when you're having a root issue is you'll notice it in the foliage first of any plant. The signs will show in the foliage. So I'm squeezing out this sphagnum moss, sprinkling it in the bottom. I know a lot of people don't like it because it can be tedious if you get the roots caught up in there. But what I do is, because I don't use a soil mix at all, I use a soilless mix. So I use some sphagnum moss, I use orchid bark, I use perlite, I use different, just really a light, airy mixture. And I'm going to show you what I use. Wringing this out. You don't want it to be overly wet. And I don't even need a lot of that because I'm planning, and these are the Mosquito Bits. I just sprinkle a little bit in there. It has like a shaker, the kind you can either spoon out or shake it. So I usually just shake a little bit. I've already done that. This is my soilless mix. Hopefully you can see this. It's just some perlite or sponge rock, depending on where you're at. I add some of that. It also has wood chips, orchid bark, kind of like an orchid mix. You can get all this stuff at a big box store for the most part, if your store stocks pretty well. Mix this all in together. Now, I'm using this side mainly. I don't plan on unpotting the orchids. This is for like some of the orchid clippings that I'm going to place on here. I'm going to leave this side for the ones that I already have potted up in net pots. So I already have these in net pots. I'm going to leave them in here. And what I'm going to do is, they've already been watered with rainwater from last night. I might take a clipping from here, add that clipping to the side, but I'll show y'all after I get all that set up. I just want to make this really fast. I leave them in the net pot, and they're already in this orchid mix. They don't have any sphagnum moss in these net pots. It's just the orchid mix the mix that I showed you, the soilless mix. And I had them, I was initially going to put them outside, which I will put them back outside once they get a little bit healthier. But these are some new ones that I got. I feel like they probably had some transplant shock. So I need to rehab them a little bit, get them a little bit healthier, get them on a good fertilizing system before I put them outside. But this is what I had them in. Had a little water. I don't keep them overly wet at all because, you know, Hoyas don't really like wet feet. So I'm taking them out. See how that just looks so horrible? So I'm hoping to have some improvement. This is a Noel. And I'm just hoping to have some improvement, y'all. Some improvement, and I'll show y'all. I didn't have enough net pots, so these are some that are still left in here. This is a diversifolia. Grows real. That's the easy plant. That's the easy Hoya. You want an easy Hoya, that's one. So I don't take them out of the pot when I usually first get them. I let them, I leave them in there. I don't do a lot of adjustments to them because see how this one just fell off? See? And the thing is, some people do Hoya leaf cuttings, but what I found, you don't get a healthy plant. I could put that there, it'll grow a root, but it'll never turn into a healthy plant. So honestly, I'll leave it to show y'all, but it doesn't do anything. It's not even worth waiting on that to develop into anything. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the house. I have a heat mat that I bought from Amazon. I'm going to put it on the heat mat, and before I put it directly on the heat mat, what I'm going to do is sit it up on some terracotta saucers so it doesn't get overly hot. The lid that I have is clear. I have another one. I have a couple of more prop boxes that I'm going to leave outside. For those two, I'm going to poke some holes in there, drill some holes in there for ventilation, just because they're going to be outside, and I kind of, just want them to get a little bit more ventilation. And I might get to the point where I'm working so much that I won't get around to taking the top off every day. So I don't want to take a chance that they're getting mold, because when you have boxes like these, you really do need to air them out. Some people say you don't have to air them out, but what I found, depending on your climate, you do. I have had mold, not on these particular type of plants, but on other plants that I will put in Ziploc bags, and I don't open them, and they literally, if you don't open them for like 2 or 3 days, in my climate in New Orleans, it's so humid you will have mold. So I found it's best to just take the lid off, let it air out for about an hour or so, and put the top back on it. Or if you're just the lazy type of prop boxer, put you some holes in there. Some of them they make with the little slits so it can get some ventilation. All right, that's it. That was a quick and fast tutorial. If you think I forgot something, let me know. Yeah, this is okay. So this is the one. So this is the Hoya one, and I needed a big one because of all the vines. I'm gonna come back after this video and cut, do some clippings from some of my other Hoyas. Let me show you. This is I'm probably gonna take some clippings from this pink princess and just put that in the box. Try to propagate from this one a little bit. I have a couple of more in the front. This is one of these greenhouses that you can get like at a big box store. This is okay. I normally use these for like succulents and things. I don't really, and I actually have holes in these. I don't let it stay enclosed, at all. But it doesn't really work too well for me for the Hoyas that I have, because I need more space. And this is another one that I use for smaller type of cuttings that are not potted up, like Dischidias. I have some Dischidias going in here. I'm going to put some more like my Hoya clippings on here, and this is the same type of situation. You can also put like a cup of water in here to help with the humidity, that's what I'm going to do. But these are the same type of technique: soaked sphagnum moss, soilless mix, and I lay them on the side. Dip it in rooting powder. You can use, that's what I usually use. Put them on here, and I just let them go. All right, so I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, let me know. You can pretty much use this technique for majority of the plants that are epiphytic, that are that you want to prop. So y'all have a good day, and I will talk to y'all later. See y'all in the next one.